For a long time, I was thinking that what I was thinking is what the universe is listening to, right? Is what the universe is responding to. But that's not what it's necessarily responding to. It's the feeling. Everybody has an aura around them. So your emotions, your thought turns into an emotion, which turns into a feeling. And that's the signal that you're sending out to people.
Trackaholic on the beat.
Danger. That chopper get to singing like Patty. My nigga said he stuck in the addy. This Henny in the cup straight had me sticking to the code. My nigga street savvy. My cousin got caught with a stainless. I never showed a gun for entertainment. I'm leaving in this game with who I came with. I told him stay safe. He told me stay dangerous. Had to double back for the second batch. Following my
Yeah. All that. Yo, what up? Hey, man, welcome to No Back Pedal, the podcast for those of us that's trying to move forward spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, even when life feel like that it just keep hitting rewind. I'm your host, Young Danger, healer, survivor, mentor, coach, you know, and this episode, this is something that's real personal to me. I'm gonna come to y'all with something that's like raw and uncut, fresh off the back, and that's spiritual survival mode. All right. You ever feel like that you just caught in this depression and you just, screaming to the universe and the universe just seemed like it's not answering back to you, or God just seemed like that He's not answering back to you. This one of them ones. The first thing I want to talk about is frequencies and vibrations, low vibrations and high vibrations. So when you having good days and you feeling upbeat and you feeling energized and you are ready to conquer the world, you are vibrating at a high frequency. That's high vibrational. But when you are sad, lonely, depressed, you're vibrating at a low vibration, a low frequency. And so life, it has balances, right? You can't just always be high, because then you wouldn't know what high is, because that would just be normal to you. So, and then if you're continuously, constantly vibrating at a low state, then you'll continuously feel sad, depressed. And a lot of people suffer from this for years. They try to use medicine. Um, they they try to use other healing processes that some of them work and then some of them don't. But I'm just gonna tell you what works for me and what helps me get past my low vibrational state. Right. So there was a time for me where I felt like I wasn't being creative. I wasn't um, thriving at my best. I wasn't performing at my best. Um, and it just seemed like that every morning that I woke up, it just didn't seem, it something didn't seem right. Right. Um, and a lot of people suffer from alcoholism and substance abuse, and these things play a part in um, making you or having you in a low vibrational state. So I'm not trying to say like I'm some type of guru or I'm perfect at this because I'm still actually practicing this. I'm still actually um, on my journey to 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 get out of this survival mode that we are all in, right? Um, and people are afraid, especially like African American people. People are afraid to um, realize that they're depressed, that they are in a depression. Um, so they hide it, especially young black men. Um, we like to bury our emotions because we was taught not to be emotional. So then us harboring that um, keeps us at a low vibration. So something that I was reading, it it it's telling me um, not to not to suppress, not to suppress my emotions, but to notice them, right? Let the emotion flow through me, get through it, and then I can start the process of healing from that, right? So as a man reading this, I'm like, wait, nah, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. But like, this is something that professionals are are recommending to people. So like, man, we got to take heed to this to these things. So instead of suppressing your emotion, take notice of what the emotion is, and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What happened to cause this feeling? Right. So when you are vibrating at a low vibration, a low frequency, you're sending those signals to the universe. Some people don't believe this. Some people do. Like, I'm here for the people that has an open mind to things because I fear God. I love God. Um, but I think that spirituality is the message that Jesus was trying to bring to the people. Because if you didn't know, those years that Jesus went missing from 12 to 32, he was studying. He studied in Egypt. He studied Buddhism. He studied healing with his hands. He studied all these things before he came back, um, riding on that donkey, right? So we can't be afraid to have an open mind. Something, and I'm not trying to bash religion, but something that religion does, it puts you in a capsule. It puts you in a box, and it doesn't allow you to uh, broaden your horizons, right? When it comes to these things, and then like you're sitting there and you're wondering what's going on with me. You're praying and praying and praying, but you're not receiving an answer. I'm not telling you not to pray. You should pray. You should meditate, right? And that's something that I'm working on practicing, right? Because again, like, I'm taking y'all through this journey with me, right? This spiritual healing, this spiritual growth. That's what this podcast is about. Also, we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of other things, my life experiences, other people's life experiences, and how that affects us as adults and in our later years. Um, so, what I was talking about, low vibrations, right? So, you're sending this signal to the universe. So let me explain this to you because So Billy Carson, right? And I know a lot of people don't like Billy Carson, but I think that everybody has something to bring to the table. There's a lot of people that have knowledge that we need to be taken in, you know, and then you can cipher through whatever that you want to cipher through and pull out the information that applies to you, right? But anyway, Billy Carson um, has this equation, and it's about manifestation. It's a it's a thought plus a feeling equals consciousness. I mean, a thought plus a feelings equals consciousness that equals manifestation. I I want to get that right. I want to get that right. Is that what it is? Let me see the T-shirt. Here it go right here. Here it go right here. Oh, consciousness. Okay, consciousness plus thought with action equals manifestation. So that makes all the more sense, right? That makes all the more sense. So your thoughts. This is kind of throwing me off, but I want to clarify what I'm saying when I say this. Consciousness, like your conscience, that spirit that's inside of you that's telling you that you don't like something when somebody does it without you verbally saying it, right? That consciousness right there, that instant consciousness, um, and then turns into a thought, right? So now you thinking about, man, I'm thirsty, right? I'm thirsty. Uh, I need some water. So then that turns into an action, and then you manifest the water, right? You understand what I'm saying? It's very simple, but us as people, like, we think that things are just there, right? So it's not. Like, we're manifesting these things, right? I manifested this podcast, right? My consciousness turned into thought, which turned into action, which had me manifest all of this stuff right here. This light, this computer, this microphone, all of this place that I'm in right now, right? That's what happened. That's what happened. Okay, so like I was saying, so you're vibrating at a low frequency, right? And that signal is being sent to the universe. So the reason why I brung up thought is because for a long time I was thinking that what I was thinking is what the universe is listening to, right? Is what the universe is responding to. But that's not what it's necessarily responding to. It's the feeling. Everybody has an aura around them. So your emotions, your thought turns into an emotion, which turns into a feeling. And that's the signal that you're sending out to people. So let me give you an example. If I walk into a room and I'm not having a good day, right? Not only will you be able to see the expression on my face, but you can tell by my demeanor, right? You could tell by my body language that I'm vibrating at a low state. So now my vibration is giving off that low state, right? That low vibrational energy. So giving off that low vibrational energy, that's the aura that you carry. Somebody say, "What's wrong with you?" And you be like, "Nothing." You're lying. That's just something that people say, that cliche stuff. That's, "Hey, how are you?" "I'm doing okay. How are you?" Even though you just had a BS morning. Your morning was terrible. You had a flat tire. You dang near ran out of gas. You had to borrow $50 for the week for gas, but you made it to work. And then your boss asks you, "Hey, how's it going?" and you say, "It's going good." In a sense, it is because you survived. You made it to that point. You made it to work. You survived, right? But at the end of the day, your boss can tell, or anybody that knows you can tell, hey, this person's aura is not is not positive, right? So that is the language of the universe. That's what you're sending out there, right? Radio, I mean, excuse me, frequencies, right? Because that's what the radio is. So there's radio signals that's that's light years away, right? There's some that somebody, I won't say somebody, but something is out there receiving right now, right? And the TV get us prepared for this, but that's something that's conspiracy. But I'm just talking about spiritual growth, right? Spiritual health. That's what life is about, right? So if you're vibrating at a high level, at a high frequency, and you walk into a room and you're beaming off this light that people just find contagious, because it's all contagious. Low vibrational energy and high vibrational energy. It's all contagious. And so that signal that you're sending to the universe is going to respond back to you with high energy, with high frequency, with high vibration. Now, understand what I'm saying. So when I want something, right? I wanted this place that I'm in right now, right? I wanted this podcast, right? I had to know, I had to start feeling like I already had it because that's me communicating to the universe. And that's how I was able to manifest it. The aura that I put out was that I already had this podcast. The aura that I put out is that I already had this place. I already felt like I was there. And now I'm here. Right. So vibrating at a high state, it's not going to be easy because again, other people other people are going to not be are going to not have the same energy that you have. They may be vibrating low, and hopefully your energy can lift their spirits, lift them up, you know. But it doesn't happen like that all the time. So you have to protect your energy. So you have to protect your energy. If it's something that's not benefiting you, if it's something that's not, um, if it's something that's not assisting your journey, right? Assisting you in uh, manifesting that life that you want to have, then you need to remove yourself from that, right? And it's not going to be easy because a lot of these people that you are that are blocking your blessings, are uh blocking your shine, is people that's close to you, is people that you known for years, people that you love, family members, significant others, right? So I used to work at a school. I used to work at a school, and it's a lot of energy carried, like, in the schoolhouse by the young life, right? They're dealing with things at home, and then they bring that to school. Um, and then if things are not going right at school, they react to that. Um, and so a lot of a lot of kids don't know that they're vibrating at a low state, like, because they don't know any better. They don't know that they're walking around depressed. They're just angry, and they don't know why. They don't want to do their homework. They don't want to do their work, and then they don't know why. And then their parents are trying to figure it out, so they take them to the doctor thinking that they're mentally ill, which sometimes you are. Like, depression is a mental illness, um, but it's the energy that's being um, that the home contains. It's the energy that their friends contain, but you can't tell them not to hang out with certain people, because then they'll look at you like you crazy. But I'm not here to judge. What I am here to do is to let you know that sometimes you may be vibrating at a low frequency, at a low vibration, and that's okay. Right? Right. Identify what is making you sad. Identify, like, hey, I've been feeling really sad for the last week, and I can't figure out why. So if this is you, then you might be dealing with depression. You might be vibrating at a low frequency. So I'm gonna give you some tools that I use to try to turn that around. So something that I do is that I go into a place by myself, right? And then I try to change my feelings. The main thing is to calm yourself down. So breathing techniques is very important. Uh, Breathing in for 4 seconds, holding it for 4 seconds, and releasing it for 6 seconds. Right. So that's something that will calm your anxiety, and it will calm your worry down. All right. Um, Another thing is that getting away from, first off, identifying what is the problem, right? If you can't do that, then that's why I say that I go in somewhere by myself, because I need to change my thoughts. I need to change my feelings. I need to change the 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 process for me, right? So breathing, right? Removing yourself from areas that are not, that you don't feel wanted, or that you don't feel needed, right? And surrounding yourself with things, with with things that make you happy. Like, for me, um, talking to the people, doing this podcast, creating things makes me happy. Um, I also dabble in music, so that's another form of creation. Like, I'm an artist, so I like to create new things. Um, yeah, so staying busy, but not too busy to where to where you can't have time. Well, that is time for yourself. I'm saying, not staying busy doing doing work for somebody else. staying busy doing work for something some dream that you have. You understand? So I'm also on this journey, right? I battled every every emotion, everything that you could think of, right? I've dealt with depression, and I'm sure that I'm not the only one, right? But some people don't know that they're depressed. I'm gonna tell you a story about anxiety. Right? I didn't know that I had anxiety, and I had it for years. Um, Maybe I was like 28, 28, and I was at a friend's house, um, and they were talking to me about their anxiety and how they get the worry feeling, and how um, sometimes their palms get sweaty, and they're just really nervous. And I used to get this like fluttery feeling in my chest, and I didn't know like what that was. But my friend told me that um like you're possibly suffering from anxiety. So when I went to go to the doctors to find out, and sure enough, that when I told them what symptoms that I was having, they told me that I was suffering from anxiety. But my life was not balanced. Um I was doing a lot of traveling and not really having like a home base. Um, I wasn't homeless, but I was just like more so outside, and not, I mean, not literally outside, but you know, just moving around, right? So I didn't have a steady base. I wasn't working a job or something that had consistent money coming in. Um, you know, and so that messed with my balance, right? Now that I have a consistent income, I have more structure in my life, right? I mean, that was a long time ago, right? I was kind of like basically like a kid compared to me now, but um yeah, I feel more balanced now. Again, I'm not trying to make it seem like that, like I have it figured out, because I don't. But I know that together, like we could get through this spiritual journey for sure. Right. So, hey man, I want to thank you guys for listening. I always like to say like, share, subscribe, and click that little bell so you know when we uploading something. It's your host, Danger, and this is No Backpedal. Peace.
Trackaholic on the beat. Danger. That chopper get to singing like Patty. My nigga said he stuck in the attic. This Henny in the cup straight had me sticking to the code. My nigga street savvy. My cousin got caught with a stainless. I never showed a gun for entertainment. I'm leaving in this game with who I came with. I told him stay safe. He told me stay dangerous. Had to double back for the second batch, following my